Hello there, and welcome to this very brief talk about Tai Chi and health. In an earlier session, I talked about how trauma theory affects neurodevelopment and overall health of the body. Now we're going to look at how we can help heal the body and brain through body work practices. The body absorbs our emotional pain. Our emotional pain is coded in our epigenetics. Nurses specifically have high ACE scores, second only to social workers. If you would like to review this data and have a broader view of trauma theory, please request a copy of my presentation about trauma theory and the evidence behind it. Research on the effects of toxic stress is conclusive. It has dramatic negative health effects. Some researchers believe that toxic stress is responsible for 80% of all disease. There are many ways that the body holds hurt and stress from the past, but this is beyond the scope of this brief session. It is important for you to know that illness starts as an inflammatory response in the body, and this inflammatory response is seen well before we can diagnose disease. Toxic stress affects health via multiple mechanisms. There are strong metabolic effects of toxic stress, cardiac effects, increased blood pressure, pulmonary effects, asthma and breathing difficulties, and effects on our blood sugar. We reviewed in a previous session that toxic stress has a major negative effect on our neural development and neuroplasticity. Simply put, our white and gray matter does not grow properly. The wiring and electrical activity in our brain does not grow for optimal health. The neurochemicals in our brain are not released or reuptake in a normal manner. The energy production centers in all of our cells, the mitochondria, are impacted, and our telomeres, which affect our lifespan, are shortened. The vagus nerve, which runs from the brainstem all the way down deep into the gut, is dysregulated under conditions of toxic stress. In an earlier session, you saw how adrenal fatigue leads to eventual collapse of the body as we see more and more chronic health problems coming up. In addition to these neurological effects of toxic stress and the health effects from our body holding this trauma, we attempt to cope with certain behaviors. let's reflect for a moment. What kinds of things do you tend to do that are not healthy for you when you're under stress? You can see that these unhealthy behaviors give us more risk for adverse health events. So they're a negative developmental cascade in our lives. Research is conclusive. Toxic stress is fatal. Without impacting resilience and increasing protective factors, it leads to early death for the individual. Mindfulness-based practices, these are a common factor amongst almost all evidence-based practices for mental health clinicians. There are many reasons why mindfulness-based practices work. They promote organicity, a full, healthy homeostasis of the body. Mindfulness-based practices reduce our allostatic load, or the pressure on the body to be well, because mindfulness-based practices reverse all those metabolic effects of toxic stress. Mindfulness-based practices heavily impact in a positive way what happens when an individual has experienced multiple adverse childhood experiences. For those individuals with high ACE scores, there is a cognitive perseveration, meaning a dysregulation in not only the neurodevelopment, but in our attention that we pay to negative events, negative material, negative thoughts, and negative self-evaluations. Mindfulness works by helping allow us to access more positive states and emotions. When our amygdala is turned on and our allostatic load is high from the effects of toxic stress, we do this thing with our body. We tense up, we stop breathing. That is called armoring. And in addition to causing all kinds of problems with tension in our muscles, it has adverse overall health effects. Mindfulness practices help us to relax by noticing the tension in our body. Enter Tai Chi. Tai Chi has been the subject of many, many research studies, and it has empirically proven positive health effects. Tai Chi is one kind of somatic body work practice. So soma means the body. Somatic body work means a way that we can work with our body to notice stress and improve our health. So Tai Chi is body-based healing because of the way that we practice softly and slowly, and we move our body. Tai Chi encourages dual awareness or mindfulness, that ability to feel all the sensations in our body and notice our thoughts and emotions with a non-judgmental presence, a kind sense of self. Tai Chi can help us get to an experience of absolute presence where we are just here without thinking about anything except being in the here and now. Tai Chi not only helps us to connect to ourselves, but to other people, as we notice through our mirrored neuron system the state of calm that is transmitted through Tai Chi. So we connect to others. And Tai Chi was originally formulated by Taoists who were very interested in our connection to nature and leveraging this connection to heal. So Tai Chi really helps us to connect to the world around us with our feet rooted firmly into the earth and our heads up to the heavens.